I have no idea what's going on. Good night, good evening. What's up, everybody? I am Coach Jay Hart. This is Coach Tisha Marie Johnson. We do not own the rights to this music, but this music is fire. I ain't gonna lie. She always picking something good. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to this fiery Friday. Once again, we don't own the rights to this music, but we still enjoy listening to it. Yes, we do. I am him, he is I. I will forever and always be your friend, your brother, your neighbor, just that good guy to know I am he. Coach Jay Hart. Good evening to everybody in our chat room. Good evening to everybody from our group for the lover and you. Please share the broadcast. Everybody share the broadcast. Tell your friend, your neighbor, your brother, your sister. Tell your mama. Hey T. Good evening. Hey, let us know who you are that's in these chats. Some of us we can't see your name. So please let us know who you are. Good evening. Good evening. Come on in and let's get ready for this fiery Friday session. It's gonna be juicy. That it will be. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Share the broadcast. All our friends and family out there in Facebook and on YouTube. Share the broadcast tonight. Good evening to for the Lover and You group family. What's up? All our new friends and family that have joined the group. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining this wonderful group of ours. You know what? That song fits this tonight. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus, it fits tonight.
I ain't new to this. I'm true to this.
Oh,
What's
girl,
up,
be quiet.
y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So, we're excited. So, let me just preface this by saying, and this is something that you guys probably don't know,
Don't know.
is that we come up with the topic, but very rarely do we share any talking points or any points of views with one another before the show. Now we'll talk about it after a lot of times, but a lot of times we don't do that beforehand. So tonight will be an interesting conversation to say the least. But
Yeah, it will.
super exciting that you guys are here. Go ahead and share the broadcast. We appreciate you doing just that. Somebody needs this conversation. Share with some single women. Come on, fellas, participate. Don't just spectate, participate in the conversation. We're gonna see where we take this. I don't know. We might need to go to the boom boom room. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it goes.
Boom,
So
boom.
tonight we're talking about why he won't commit, but he won't leave you alone either. So you probably know somebody that's been in this situation, or maybe you've been in this situation yourself,
Or currently in a situation.
or currently in a situation. So share this broadcast. Somebody needs to have the tools, the resources, the information, the commentary, and all that
Somebody's
good
in a
stuff
situationship.
in a situationship. Ooh.
I, maybe people just need to hear somebody else say it because we think about it and we already know the answer, but sometimes it's good to hear it to come from out of somebody's mouth that you know and or trust. Or sometimes it just needs to be said so you can listen and think about it. One allows it. I agree. I agree. But what we want to get into is the why part. Why do we allow certain things like that to happen? What is the reason why we won't commit, and or why we won't let go, and or why we just don't walk away? It's a lot of facets to this. Ho, ho, ho.
It is. So let me just kick it off by
You know you
saying
are. You know you are.
he treats you how he feels about you. Yeah. Now he might make some concessions because he knows what's gonna float your boat. He knows what's going to keep you happy. He knows what's gonna keep you on the line. But if you take all that away, he treats you the way he feels about you. If it's convenient, it's convenient. If it's when he ready, it's that way. Now, again, I'm speaking from the woman perspective because I ain't never been a man. So I don't know. That's why we got Coach J here. He'll speak from the man's point of view. But I'm here to tell you, he will treat you like an option if you let him treat you like an option. And a lot of times we mistake that for, oh, he's busy, oh, we have an understanding under the guise of, yeah, we're in a situationship. You know what it is, he know what it is. But a lot of times, again, I'm gonna speak from a woman's point of view, we want more and we think we can change his mind about the more that we want. He'll see that I'm this amazing, wonderful woman and he gonna want me. But you're fooling yourself. Jack.
Oh, well, thank you. Inconsistency is mixed signals and unacceptable. Let me be. I'm not going to be the devil's advocate, but I am going to do this. No, you're not just here for the comments, so be quiet. Um, Let me say this. Some people are in a situationship because it works for them, and that's fine if it works for you. My thing is understand where you are and respect those guidelines where you are. If you say, hey, we just friends, then cool. Then just be friends. If y'all wanting to get together and get to know each other, then fine, y'all do that. Y'all come up with y'all terms and agreements. My thing is sometimes we as people will take a situationship and try to turn it into a relationship, and the other person is still living in that situationship. They never wanted the relationship. So it's always that one side to where somebody wants to jump to the next page and it was never talked about and or agreed upon. Now, if we go back to he won't commit and he won't let me go, um, you ain't in slavery. Sometimes we don't want to be let go of because it works for us. Yes, I did. Uh, Sometimes we want something more than the other person. And it's not fair that we try to throw our wants onto somebody who don't want the same thing. And if they don't want the same thing, then be free to walk away from that situation. You can't say they won't let me go. No, you don't want to be let go. So what you're trying to do, some of us try to hold on to what we have, to, like Tisha said, to try to make him or make her see that I'm the one. It don't work like that. Relationship benefits with no commitment. That part too. Some of us are giving a whole lot more than we should. But I just had a conversation with a friend of mine today, on the way to work, and we were talking about getting to know people and relationship wise and stuff, but people starting to see that it's not going in their favor, so they pull back as if to say, well, since we ain't doing this, um, I ain't going I ain't gonna pull this hat, or I ain't gonna pull this trick, and I ain't gonna pull that trick, or I ain't gonna pull it. What are you doing when you're giving to someone? Is my question. Are we giving in hopes of getting more in return, or are we giving because it's in our heart to give? Oh God, Ebony, go do something with yourself. Oh, Coach T, go ahead. They they double teaming me already, and I ain't even saying nothing yet.
So, you said something a little bit back. What it boils down to, you have to hear what he's saying. And a lot of times we glaze over what he's saying. And we hear what we want to hear, but you also have to hear what he's not saying. If he's not saying the things you want him to say, rest assured, y'all don't want the same things. If
Ask
that's what you're looking
questions,
for.
but ask questions, Tish. Ask the you always. I'm gonna be Coach T for a second. Let me be Tisha Marie Johnson. Ask the hard questions,
Yeah.
and if he don't give you the answers to those hard questions, then you already know what it is. I don't want anybody to take away from this point tonight to say, "Hey, I'm just gonna chuck this up as a loss." Have you honestly asked questions? What's up, Ron? Have you actually asked these questions? Have you actually sat down and say, "Hey, I want to ask you a few things because I want to see where we are. I want to see what you think about us and where we going." Because if you assume, that's your fault. If you guess, that's your fault. Just stay no long. If it don't work for you, it is up to you. Sink or swim. What do you mean no answer is a real answer? I really want to know, because I say that a lot, but I don't think people really understand. And because I always say, if you never make a decision, that's a decision made. And then straggle ourselves. My. Some of us have strangled ourselves on the rope. That literally, and we did it to ourselves. But we blamed other people. You have the right to live in peace. And if peace is not residing where you are, it's up to you to find it. Yes, we all hear what we want to hear because we don't want to leave. You, well, yeah, that's kind of hard to do that. Go ahead, Coach T, because these comments are rolling in hard too. But
That ain't hard to do. If
yeah,
you But if you allow your emotions, your feelings, your tingly tanglies, your woo woos, you get caught up in the woo woos, then yeah, it's gonna be hard to do that part. However, you gotta know what you're looking for. And somebody said we're too old to do situationships. Absolutely. You know,
no,
I
we not.
assume nothing.
No, we
Yeah, we
not.
are. Yeah, we
No,
are.
we not. We
How you
still
figure that?
doing them. Gee, we still doing them.
Well, they still doing
We,
them.
we, we still doing situationships. Okay.
You
But
would think,
let's say
but we're
this.
gonna get into that. We gonna
Go
get
ahead. Go
into
ahead. Yeah,
some reasons why. But listen, it boils down to, I think it was our first comment. He gonna do what you allow him to do.
we
He
ain't gonna keep
will.
saying him. They will. He or she
I'm
will
saying
be.
I'm saying he.
I'm saying they both.
Well, okay.
I'm not gonna be biased and stuff because
I'm not
it's some
biased.
women it's some women that do the same thing men do. It's a whole lot of women that do the same thing. They straggle you along because they want the benefits, and when they think you about to go, they lay it on thick, And then when they think they done reeled you back in, they go back to the same bull crap all over again. But it's up for any one of us to pick and choose our battles. But some battles we're fighting is not a battle that needs to be fought. Okay, can you read this? Because I don't have my glasses on, and this writing is real small.
I give to get something, especially if he started giving in the beginning. Why keep giving and he stopped? Ain't nobody begging for a man to finish how he started. I'm way too cute and established for that. Okay.
Did you ask why he stopped? That's the question.
Well, the Bible,
What's he?
we know
That's the whole
communication
thing.
is an
But that's the
issue.
whole thing. Nobody's asking questions. Everybody's
Beg
assu-
to differ.
everybody's assuming. Nobody's asking, hey, what's up? Where are we? What happened? What's going on? Because life happens to people, and everybody is not. It's not a mixed signal. Ask questions. His mama about to die. His daddy about to die. He about to lose his job. Kid situation with kids and ex-wives and stuff. You have to ask questions to know. Let's go back to a conversation we had a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about learning people's love language. If you don't understand the person that you're with, how are you effectively communicating with them? And if you're not open for dialogue and or open to ask questions so you can understand and know what's actually going on. This man could have gotten a cancer, could have got a notice from the doctor, hey man, you got cancer.
Well, then that speaks to the intimacy of the relationship. If you got something like
Thank
that,
you.
and
Thank
I'm
you,
the
Tish.
last one to
Thank
know,
you. It's not
I
even
don't
the last
know,
one. It's not even
then,
the last one to know though, Tish.
then we
It's the
ain't where I
simple
thought we was.
but it's the simple fact of asking questions to understand where you are. Please don't assume anything. That is exactly what Coach teachers say. Please don't assume anything. I assume nothing. I ask questions because I want to know. I'm going to get on your nerves because I'm going to ask you questions over and over and over because I forget stuff. So I'm going to keep asking. So I know because my top love language is active service. I love communication and I love quality time. But acts of service, that's like number one. But if you don't know that,
That's another level of relationship, though. When it
but
and it
where are we
might
at though?
it- well, it depends on the relationship. But when you're in a situation where or a situationship and this person won't let you go, but they won't make a commitment, y'all, those are things that should be known. We should be at a point to where you're not getting crazy diagnosis, you're not dealing with crazy drama from whoever, and I'm not in the know. Cause then what we just got a surface relationship. We truly have a situationship. I'm talking about the relationship where we together and the woman wants to take it further and he'll say just enough to keep you hanging on, but really
But
not commit. At
but
a
that's just
point,
but
you gotta say, yeah, I'm good.
thank you. I was just about to say that.
Right. If they won't make
Keep
a
it
commitment, keep it pushing. A lot of times, look, let me just talk about me. Covenant relationship. I had invested time and money and energy and a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm not even suggesting that in a covenant you would be quick to walk away. But at a point, you got to look at, am I going to spend years with this person? Don't have that kind of raggedy, reckless relationship with somebody and then decide, oh, I'm gonna get married and it's gonna make it all right. It's not.
no, no,
What
no, no,
you
no, no,
see from the beginning is what's gonna be. Unless until either party wants to change, transform, mature. If not, you just dealing with the same raggedy relationship. and
Okay.
that you got a piece of paper.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this question: from a woman's point of view, why won't she leave?
Because she either sees, and it's so wrong, potential in that man. If she is, most women are nurturers, so she sees a way where she can enhance his life. So maybe that's how she's driven, not to mention however she feels about him. But then when you spend a certain amount of time and energy and all of that in the relationship, you want to stay for the return. But in the words of Kenny Rogers, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Unfortunately, as women, we don't run. We stay, and we get abused, and we get our heart broken, and we get torn, and we go on this roller coaster ride with him. Because we talking about the dude that's trying to string you along because he see the benefits. I said to my ex, leave. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be committed to this marriage. Leave. But why would he? He had the best of everything. And I hadn't even given him my best. But when you make it comfortable, so I'm praying for my boo thing because I've been through a lot. And he gonna have to know the secret language, the secret handshake. He gonna have to know the code word. He gonna have to get a letter signed by the Holy Ghost for me to go. Oh, it's you. Where you been? Because otherwise, I'm just gonna be like. But I mean that comes the older you are. I look. I'm like I don't have. I'm too old for a situationship. It either is or it ain't. Now, if I decide, okay, which ain't me, I'm gonna play with you for a minute. But at the end of the day, if I want a real relationship, if I want a committed relationship, I'm not gonna let you be in the way. Cause then if somebody really looking at me that's serious, that want a serious relationship, you in the way because you look like we together. Nah, I don't have that kind of time on my hand. And plus, the work that I do is too valuable. The places I'm going is too valuable. I can't. Did I say I can't? I can't. I just can't. So we cannot. Yes, we as women allow ourselves to settle. Cannot. I listen. Settled in my 20s, settled in my 30s, settled in my 40s. Oh, baby. When you get to 50, you like, who got time for that? When you don't know how much life is ahead of you and you see all this foolishness behind you, I don't have time for a situationship. Jay.
So here's the thing. I'm going to go into the Teacher Marie Johnson mode and say, ask the tough questions. And if you don't get those answers that you need that will satisfy and bring you peace about your relationship, you need to ask yourself a few questions. That's the whole thing. I don't need you to settle. I need you to ask yourself a few questions. What am I doing? Where am I going? And how am I going to get there? Working on the potential in a man, he needs to be manifesting his own dreams. I agree. I agree. That's why I say ask the questions. Actions speak louder than words. Your actions answer all questions. Not really, but okay. Why don't we have to act? Why don't we have to act and start off strong, strong and wrong? You just might be. Yeah, you. Everybody says actions speak louder than words. True, but our title is why he won't commit. to you, but he won't let you go either. So his actions are telling you he don't want to commit, but you still there. So the question becomes to you. I ain't even read that because everything looks spend time asking deeper questions and trying to
Where your
get to the
glasses at, man?
know you better if that they in a car. Same energy you're giving me. I'm the queen of the friend zone. Dana, I can't tell you sometimes.
It is said that a lot of good men are in the friend zone. I don't know. Maybe.
A lot have been been put in a friend zone, and when we put people in a friend zone, I think we put them in there for the fear of, there for their own convenience.
I agree, Kim.
I Yes, I strongly agree. For their own convenience, because it's convenient for them to have you around because of what you do, how you are, how you make them feel, the things that y'all do, people become accustomed to. So yeah, some people do stick and stay for their own convenience because they don't want to change. But what are you doing for self if you're in a situation like that? If you're in a situation where the other person won't leave, what are you doing to leave? This is not slavery. Nobody has you with a ball and chain or anything of that nature. You're not nobody's property. So why won't you leave? Do you have a fear that you don't want to be alone? Is it a fear that you're not gonna find nobody else better than what you got? Is it a fear because I've invested all this time and I don't want nobody to get no return? But you living in hell. You're living in complete chaos and dysfunction, but you don't want nobody to reap a
And we have to let that
benefit.
go. Cause if he a better man, when she get him, then she owe you dinner. Point blank
That's it.
period.
She owe you a steak dinner. That's it.
And
Thank
and
you for all
and
your hard work.
he'll be her headache or whatever.
Right.
Just know, and this is why I'm like not pressed about what I did. Now in the midst of it, it was hard to walk away. But I'm not pressed because I know what I gave. And I believe that you're going to reap what you sow. So I know that I sold a lot. I listen. He gonna be good like Campbell's, like for real, cause I gave a lot. It's in our waiting. What are you doing in the time that you're waiting? One of the things is, as women, we have to set healthy boundaries. And you got to be in a situation with your eyes wide open. Yes, you want to embrace and feel good and he's saying the right stuff and he smell good, he look good, yada yada yada, but you got to have your eyes wide open. What else? Is he even going to stay around long enough for you to see the real him? Cuz most times y'all know we putting our best foot forward, like a job interview. You don't go in the job interview talking about what you did completely wrong in the last job or your current job. You say all the good stuff. And even when they ask you the question, that's a challenging question. What are your weaknesses? You make your weakness sound good. Same in relationship. You're putting your best foot forward. Well, what about when you ain't having a good day? What about when things ain't quite going your way? What do you do? How do you respond to the things in life? You gotta wait around long enough to see that stuff. Because you
Bless you.
can, yes, you can ask the hard questions, and believe me, I assume nothing. I'm gonna ask.
Bless
It
you.
might take me a bit to work up to ask what I want to know, but I'm
Bless you.
going to ask because I want to know. But there's some things you're not gonna know until you're in the situation. You're in the
Bless
thick
you.
of
Bless you.
it. Jay.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you said that. But here's the thing: setting healthy boundaries. Cool, yay, we set healthy boundaries. But are you living in those safe and healthy boundaries? Some of us setting them and forget them. Oh, I found something good, so skip my boundaries. I'm just gonna go ahead and leap out here. Your fault. I got cracked over my head too. Yep, your fault. When you think of you, you must always try your best to remember that you have to be the best representation of yourself at all times for self.
Come on, Apostle. Put
What do you
it on the table. Put the
what do you
men
say?
on blast. Why should a woman have to ask questions? Us as men, uh, ask us as men the questions. Why can't men be upfront and honest? Stop playing with the hearts of God's daughters.
Ron, you always being super holy and
That ain't
stuff.
holy.
And
That's
no,
real.
hold on, wait. Ron is always being super holy and super biblical and this, that, and the other. Ron,
Being biblical.
you know good and well that men are not the best communicators at all. And we are creatures not of habit, but we are creatures of survival of the fittest. It's not the fact that you playing the game. Once again, we are survival of the fittest. So we're always looking out for self first. That's what we were always taught. That's what we were always taught. Ebony, don't boost his head up, because I know that was you. So we are survival of the fittest, and it
It
takes a
wasn't her
man.
that time, but
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, that's a shock. I'm for sure. She probably saying, "Jay, shut up." But anyway, so we are men who are hard, and we are brick walls, and we have been built and created to be. We have been built that way from society. So it takes a real person to actually come at us for us to feel vulnerable and safe to be open, because
but
society
how
tells us
long?
because society tells us that men are not supposed to be weak and
Y'all better
vulnerable.
quit listening to society.
No, wait, because y'all listen to society too. That's why y'all still staying with them. That's why you ain't gone. That's why you on your third baby with the man you say you don't want. So society says that that's how we supposed to be. And it takes a minute for a man to be able to be open and vulnerable with a woman, because women have to realize there was a question in the group about crap. Forget the question now, man. Anyway, it takes a minute for us because we are not that vulnerable type. We're not that vulnerable, and it takes a minute for us to feel comfortable with you, for us to be able to open up and be vulnerable with you. So it's not that we're playing with emotions. Once again, Ron,
Yeah, at
I'm
what
being,
point? Because I done met
I'm,
men in their
I'm.
60s still playing games.
It's not. It's not. It's the
Sir,
whole thing. The whole thing is not a game. It's not a. It's men have been
when
hurt.
you're
Men have been hurt as
when you're
well,
playing with
and
somebody's heart, it's a game.
men have been hurt as well. And it takes a minute for a man to be open and honest, and actually be the worst ones because they use the car. Ah,
Oh, sure, that's a
that's a
whole
no. It's
nother
not.
subject.
It fits right in with what
Nah,
he's trying to
we can
say.
talk about that.
He's trying. He's trying to say, bro, it's not that it's a game. Not all men do that. Some men have been hurt, brutally beaten, and battered by the woman that they opened themselves up to. They were the man that y'all wanted him to be. But when he got beat up and bruised and battered, he was like, well, shoot, man, I gotta watch. I gotta, sit back for a second and collect my thoughts. because we're not quick to bounce back from a heartbreak. We're not quick to bounce back from relationships. It takes a minute for us to do that. And y'all come at us and y'all catch us on our vulnerable, on our get back up to where we like, shoot, I want to open up to her, but crap. Keisha, I mean, shoot, she done took all my kids from me and went off to Vegas and married somebody else. We're not sitting here healing properly like we supposed to. And some men have sat down and chilled.
Healing is a choice.
Healing, thank you. It's a choice. It's not given, it's not pushed on you. Everybody has a choice. Like it's your choice to stay somewhere. It's not even pride. Ron, it's not pride. It's I'm confused because I thought what I had was real and it wasn't.
So here's the deal. Whether you're a man or you're a woman, if you are stuck in that state, you need to get some help because obviously you can't figure it out on your own. Let me say, from being trained in crisis situation, trained in grief situation, trained in psychological first aid, I still had to go get help. Healing is a choice, but a lot of times we don't choose healing because we just want to stay stuck. So you got to
Some of
choose
us don't
to
even know
heal.
what healing looks like. Some of us don't even know where to start. And some of us so jacked up that we're afraid to let anybody in to actually help us
Richard,
with
you are
that.
funny.
I hate Richard. It's a two-sided thing. We in relationships with each other and neither one of us is healed. So I don't want to let you go because I learned to lean on you and I learned to love you, but I just don't want to open up and get hurt. I want to love you, but you don't want me to love you the way you need to be loved because you fear that I'm going to hurt you. Somewhere down the line, somebody has to break up that fallow ground that's going up, that old rocky, stony ground, and actually start pruning and feeding the soil that we're in. Hey, bro, I know you've been beat. I know you've been battered. I know you've been bruised. Let's take this one step at a time because I want this. Let's open up and be honest with each other about where we are. Some of us can't even be open up and be honest about where we are at this present state.
You're absolutely right.
Some of us going through some of us got psychotic thoughts every day. But I bet you won't tell that man that. Some man has been brutally beaten when he was a child, or he has been touched when he was a child, and some man is running around here with perverted thoughts in his mind because he don't know how to break free from it. We are in situations that we have not broken free from. And that's why some men don't want to let a good woman go because he know that's what he needs. He just don't know how to be open and honest about the state that he's in and the reason why he can't commit. Same thing with the woman. Not the same for. Thank you. I don't know who said that, but thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's
It is
Richard.
not the same. Boy, get on Ronald's head, please. Cause Ronald trying to be this superhero and he's not trying to understand that, bro. We are hurt and broken out here. Oh, I guess you already did, Richard. Cause here come Ron with this old hope. Thank you, Ronald. Amen. Yep, you're right.
You're not gonna beat up on the apostle tonight.
Hallelujah. No, because Apostle get on my nerves sometimes. I love him. That's
Yeah,
my brother.
the,
That's
the truth do hurt sometimes. You just said rocky heart, and it be a rocky head that causes men, because that's the subject tonight,
that's
causes
it.
men to stay stuck
That's
in
that.
their hurt and their pain. And when you come across a woman who's willing to walk down the road with you, you have to say, okay, this is not what I experienced before. Since I'm going by these societal norms, then maybe I need to have a different conversation with this one.
Maybe we need to have a different conversation. Conversation is a two-way street. Because if I'm having a conversation with myself, it might be said I might be a little crazy. But we need to have these conversations with
We
each
do
other. We
talk to
need to be,
ourselves.
yeah, sometimes,
You do.
but
And you answer yourself too. So, okay.
all the time when I'm at work. But it requires honesty before anything. I need to be able to be vulnerable with you about where I'm at and what's going on with me. Hey, I got a family member now. Yeah, and some stuff didn't happen. And yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm glad that you said that, Richard. Men don't choose to stay stuck. They aren't often taught how to get unstuck. That's why if you're not a part of For the Lover in You group, then you're missing out on an opportunity where we have conversations about healing, open, honest conversation. And I promise you, I try to make it such that the men want to participate in the conversation. A lot of times they kind of sit back and chill, but it's all right. You're in a safe space. If you need a safe space, that's why we created the group. Go ahead, connect with one of us, get uh an invitation to the group and come on and join us and have the hard conversations at time, because sometimes it is a hard conversation. Sometimes it's the I'm kicking flavor in your ear, boom in your face. That that is what we have in that group. So you
That's where
guys,
this
it,
conversation
it,
came from.
right. This is truly a great conversation. I hope you've shared the broadcast. Go ahead and share. I'm sure by now you thought about somebody else you want to share this with. Go ahead and share it with them. Help us spread the word of Fiery Friday. In the house.
Well,
Fiery
not
Friday.
not even fiery, just fiery Friday, man. Spread the word about healthy healing and openness. And then that dog, man, or so I've healed and didn't. Thank you, but you got to spread that though. But you got to spread that, Ron. You can't get healed and then keep it to yourself. And you can't get healed and then try to throw shade on the rest of the men. you can't. You not. You sure ain't gonna do it on this one.
Why you feeling it's shade? You under
Because,
a tree or
because
something?
no, because it took him to say that after he said everything else. Now, had he said what he just said 15, 20 minutes ago, I wouldn't have said nothing else. Because he would have stacked up everything correctly. But you can't come and say, oh, yeah, we need to stop playing and not say, hey, I used to do that, but thanks be to God, he took me from left to right.
I know Apostle here a little sensitive tonight. I don't know why.
No,
Richard
I ain't sensitive.
said men for have decades of unlearning to do. Believe it or not, no matter how safe the space may be, it may not feel safe. To some folks, just keeping 100. Okay. Well,
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Richard. I needed you to combat what Apostle been saying the whole night, because that's the reason why men won't let you go. That's what I need. That's what I need y'all to understand. It's been granddaddy was like this. My daddy was like this. My uncles was like this. So I was taught how to be this. I never was taught how to be this quote unquote new age man. All I know is what they did back in the Stone Age, and I am who I'm taught. Everything else needed to be said after he stated the fact that he was where some men are at. You cannot start with the good and then say, "Oh yeah, I used to be." Come on now, that's how is that BS? Please tell me how that's BS. Everybody, so men don't have. It's not okay. Okay.
what you saying? What you saying? That's
Okay.
what you saying.
I'm yeah. This one I won't let you. I won't let you have this one. This because I feel a stirring in my uttermost.
Come on, what's going on in your shot nine nine? Come on,
No, oh,
let's
no,
talk about
hey,
it, boo. Let's talk about it. Come on, let's talk
no,
about
because
it.
they don't want to hear this one. But oh, my homegirl said that I was stirred up from earlier. She said, "Ooh, you got a mouthful to get him tonight." No, I'm not. Amen. Let the people. Yeah. That's it. They don't know how. That's why he won't let you go because you're the sense of peace that you're the only sense of peace that he knows. You're the only sense of peace that he has had. And he can't let that go. No, he's not ready to commit because he's still dealing with some issues from behind, from way, way back when. You know I got something to say, but you know I. My God, have mercy.
They say, come on with it. What you got to say? So we don't like dead air.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. So your piece is at expense of something. No, it's not
That's a valid
expense.
point.
No, it's not. You have the right to leave when you want to leave. You have not. You have not given me a reason why you haven't left. Why haven't you left? You got 2 feet. You got car keys. You can leave at any given time. Why haven't you left?
Why haven't men stopped playing games? Why haven't men stopped wanting
Because
their
y'all stay.
cake and eat it too?
Because y'all stay. Y'all stick and stay. Y'all choose to stay. That's why.
Exactly.
That's
So,
why.
ladies, your actions have to prove that you're not
Thank you.
gonna play games. Your
Thank you.
your 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 yay gotta be yay, your nay gotta be nay.
And that's it.
And sometimes that's hard because but
I
I
see
believe
so
this.
much.
I-
I see
If
so much good in him. So
I,
what?
my thing is this, if you say, hey, this ain't where I wanted to go, whatever. If you mean enough to him, he will try to
He will change.
he'll change because he wants to change,
Hmm.
but he will make sure that you understand that he needs you in his life. And I think a lot of men don't want to be vulnerable like that. They don't want to be transparent like that. So let's see where we at in the comments.
I have
So
no
let me
idea.
go back to what I said. Don't be on the roller coaster ride with him if that's not what you want to do. If you like have the conversation, of course have the conversation. So here's my thing. Don't have an expectation of him that you haven't clearly articulated. Let him know your expectations. And you might have to make sure he understands your expectations by having him regurgitate what you gave
Regurgitate it
him,
right back to him. That's it.
and then you'll see in his actions if it's going to align with what you've spoken. And if not, in a decent amount of time, say, hey, I can't do this no more,
I take
or
and walk
whatever.
away. And
Walk
walk away.
away.
And walk
But don't
away.
keep going back and forth. And it can be, listen, look, okay. So if y'all in a group, y'all saw the post where I said I was in a relationship about, uh, I was in a relationship for 3 years and it ended a couple years ago. I had to make I love this man. I had to make he would not make a decision, which is a decision. You know what you see for us. You know where you see me. And even if, so here's my problem with men. Even if where I want to go is not where you want to go today, but you want to go there with me, then you need to say that. But a lot of times, because y'all know, or because y'all think it's something else better out there,
Thank you. We
you
don't
won't
know.
say anything.
No,
So
we
that's
don't
a
know.
problem. That's a problem.
It's
But ladies, you gotta love yourself enough to be like, okay, you don't want to choose me, then I'm gonna
that
choose me, and the
that part.
relationship is over.
That part.
Now I'm still friends with the person, still love them, but we can't ever be together because you didn't choose me.
That part.
I'm not gonna be your fallback. I'm not gonna be optional for you. You need to choose me. And so, I can look at some lives
Nope.
and see where their lives are. Probably would have been different if it was with me. But
Ready?
nonetheless, I have to choose me. So, ladies, you have to choose you.
Thank you. You said exactly what I was about to say.
No
To answer
matter.
that question, that about the peace, you got to choose your peace over his peace. That's what you have to do.
Sound like pimping instead of peace. That's what it sounds like. So, ladies, choose you. It might get hard. Do I have nights where I'm like, yeah, do I get tired of taking my own self out? Do I get tired of telling myself I'm beautiful? Well, I do have people that tell me that. But I'm just saying, that one special person, don't shake your head. I'm being honest about my truth. I'm single by choice. I'm not single because ain't nobody hollering. I'm single by choice. But I'm just not willing to let just anybody. And I'm like, okay, if I choose you, I see something in you, but if you don't choose me back, I got to keep it moving because there's somebody who's going to choose me and do me right. So, ladies, choose you. Don't go on that roller coaster with him. Be gracious to see
Hmm.
if he really trying to work through some stuff. But you know when it's BS and when it's not. And when it ain't what it should be, choose you, keep it moving. I don't care how many kids involved. I don't care if we got property together. I don't care. Life is too short to be miserable. I'm not about to be miserable for or with nobody, not proving nothing to nobody. I stayed in a marriage because I was ashamed of what the church people was gonna say. Never. I'm not gonna be married and miserable. Not gonna do it. So if I have to get married, and I'm not. I'm only getting married one more time. But if I have to get married 5 more times, I'm not gonna be married and miserable. Now somebody take that to the bank because I'm just not gonna do it. Life is too short. But you come to a point to where you have to make better decisions for your life. And not somebody talked about red flags. Oh yeah, I shouldn't even been married the last time because the red flags was knocking me in the face. But you have to understand where you were so you don't repeat the same pattern. That requires you getting some help. If you haven't gotten the help that you need, shame on you, man or woman. We all have to come to a point to where we say, what I learned is not working for me. What I know is not working for me. What the family history and lineage and bloodline curse is not working for me. I've got to do what I need to do something different. And if you choose to stay stuck, it's a choice. Just like healing is a choice, staying stuck is a choice. It really is because when you have the intention for something, your answer is going to happen. They say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When you have an intention for something, you're going to see a way. Will you take the way or will you stay in the way? Jay?
The success of your life rises and falls on the decisions that you make and or do not make. But a decision that's not made is yet still a decision. Men going to play games as long as we let them show true. We were taught the principles and yeah, and saying all day to make signals are a no go. Then go. Everything a man wants, and that's And
And
it's
you
up
gotta be
to
okay
you.
with that.
And
You
you got
gotta
to
be
be
okay.
okay. You got
It's
to be
it,
okay with it,
it
and you
is
got to know how
no
to walk
indictment
away.
on you.
It sure ain't.
Cause
It sure
listen,
ain't.
you might not even know what I'm capable of if we ain't went there.
That's it.
So
That's it.
go on and want
That's
it from
but
somebody
but
else. Just
but
know
but
you
that's
might
the
be
whole
missing your blessing.
that part. That part. And we got to understand that some people are just gonna miss it. Why you worried about it? Less stress on you. Yeah. And I gotta go. Well, we have to refuse to be an option. But the thing is, you got to understand who you are. You got to understand whose you are, and you have to be willing to walk alone if that's what it takes. That part. Because men, all we really know is when I'm supposed to have somebody next to me. Some men ain't trying to go nowhere, and and accept that. If you know a man ain't trying to go nowhere, accept that and walk away. Hey, I love you, but I got to do this for me. Yeah, the grass may be green on the other side for where he's at in his life at that moment. Be intentional. That's it. So sometimes the crazy thing is, we get so upset that we're giving our all and they still don't want us that we settle. Sometimes they're not in the position to accept what you're giving. And we gotta know when you know what, you're not ready for what I got. And it's okay. I love you. I'm out.
They do make it hard for the ones who are sincere. Cause I'm telling you, if if I didn't work on me, I wouldn't want a relationship
Yeah.
because my previous relationship experience, yeah, I wouldn't. But I'm not, I refuse. And there are people who are going to stay stuck for the rest of their life.
Just ain't
Be
gonna stay
miserable and
stuck.
by yourself, or be miserable with somebody you can make miserable. But
That's
I
it.
just can't. I can't.
You gotta choose you. You
Right, Dana? We are not options.
if you don't choose you, you allow somebody else to choose what you should have in your life. And that's an option or a decision that you've made. No, I'm not because I sometimes you got to know when to dive in, and sometimes you got to know when to stay in the shallow waters. So I just tread lightly, allowing yourself to be the option. Show true. Love Mark Twain. Love it. This has been a this has been an edition of
So
the
silly.
TMJ
So,
broadcast.
ladies, make yourself a priority.
That's it.
Stop allowing him to use tactics to make you stay stuck. Because at a point, yeah, just don't allow it.
Yep.
Stop allowing him to change your mind if his behavior is not going to change with it. You
Yeah.
have to cut stuff off, point blank, period. And you even have to have hard conversations with yourself. Not only that, surround yourself around people who are going to hold you accountable. I have people who I'm like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I said I want. If you see me veering, if you see something not quite, you see me going down the road that I already been down, you have permission to tap me on my shoulder and make me remember the conversation. Because, we'll be in our feelings. Oh, he's not that and he's not. No, it's not the same thing. No, no. If you have real people in your life, they will remind you of what you said you didn't want. Now, shame on you if you put them in that authority and you don't take advantage of it. Because I did that with the last marriage. I had the safety set up. But what did I do? I went to Toledo and got married and didn't tell none but two people. All kind of wrong. I broke all my rules. But I had to have that hard conversation with myself, like, yeah, okay, how'd that work? It didn't. Make a different choice. And I have to remind myself of that. I talk about the last relationship. I had to, though it had been some time, I had to remind myself, no, I'm worth more than he's willing to give. And so I've got to let go. No matter how convenient, no matter of the benefits that come along with whatever, you got to love you enough to say, yeah, I'm good. It's been nice. It's been real. Might not been real nice, but we got to do what we got to do. And that means I'm going to say goodbye. So if you find yourself in that situation, if this conversation has triggered something in you, then you want to take a look at that. If it has just reconfirmed where you are and you're good, stay good. But if you're in a situationship and that's not what you want, ask yourself why you say it. Now, I'm not telling anybody to leave their relationship. I'm not telling divorce is like a death. You have to go through the process. You gotta die, they gotta die, the relationship gotta die, and then you gotta grieve. But sometimes that's the best choice. I'd rather let the relationship die than I die. And I was in a marriage, and the Lord said, if you stay, this is what the Father said. If you stay, you're going to die. Now, I didn't know if he meant spiritually, physically, emotionally, or literally, but I wasn't willing to take a chance. And as much as it hurt, but as traumatic as that relationship was, I still had to leave. You got to make the choice. You ladies, you have to choose you. So if we as women, and I don't know how you're going to feel about this, Jay, but if we as women stop making it easy, stop making it convenient for them, maybe there will be some change behavior. But a lot of times stuff keeps happening. He move on to the next one because he know there is a next one. It's about, somebody said, self-worth, self-esteem. Got to raise it. And that's hard. Can be hard. But you'll be the better for. I'd rather be in peace and alone than in a marriage or a relationship and miserable. Nah. Been there, done that. Got the cookie and the t-shirt. Ain't doing it again. Because I'm worth more. You have to tell yourself, I'm worth more. And if that person doesn't realize it, bless you. You'll realize it one day. You'll look back on it and maybe have a fond memory or kick yourself. I don't know. But I'm worth it. I'm worth it. So, yeah, it can be sad. Yeah. Any last comments, sir? No, no, no. Come on, come on. Come off mute. Don't be like that. We ain't having that tonight. You know I'm in rare form, so we ain't having that tonight.
Yes, Coach Tisha Marie Johnson.
Don't do that either.
What is the question?
Your
No.
closing remarks, sir.
No. This above all, to thine own self be true. I, at the end of the day, we all have to be true to
Yes,
ourselves. There we
Apostle.
are.
Come on.
What do you say? Once I did all the work necessary and accepted my faults in the past, I have been blessed. Once again, you could have stated that at the beginning. However, but just
You
be
don't get
true
to
to
tell
you.
somebody how to get that message.
Just to be true to you. Be, yep, be true to you. Be kind. Please rewind. Um,
That went over so many people's heads. They ain't gonna know what you're
what
talking about.
I know. Um, yeah, yeah. Just be true to you. Learn how to live in peace with every decision that you make. And if you're making a decision and you don't find the peace in the decision, you have made the absolutely wrong decision. Peace and blessings to you all. That is my benediction. Happy Mother's Day to all the mommies. Yeah. They don't have a Happy Mother's Day song, so I can't sing one.
Oh yeah, I can find one.
Oh yeah, we'll find
Uh,
one.
it doesn't
Happy
bother me to
Mother's.
be by myself. Okay, and it shouldn't. Listen, you should have a level of comfortability with yourself. But there's some we can get comfortable. So just make sure that comfort is not you avoiding having a relationship with somebody. And too
That part.
often that's the case that we're by ourselves, but we're gonna be comfortable because we don't want to deal with the other stuff. If you want it, look, it takes work. Relationship takes work. Marriage show enough takes work. You got to be willing to do the work now, but be honest with yourself. You don't want to do the work, then okay. I have no problem with you staying single. Do that. Everybody not meant to be married in the first place, but just make sure. I mean, try it. it be your own case study. Decide you're gonna try going out on a couple dates. I'm not gonna recommend no apps, no websites, or nothing like that. Maybe I can hook you up with somebody. I don't know, but uh, give it a try and see. And if it's like, oh yeah, I really just want to be by myself, then that's your choice. But don't stay stuck because of what somebody else did to you. So, all right, you guys, it's been a interesting conversation tonight, to say the least. I'm doing good. I thought, I thought I was gonna be a little emotional behind this one because I can't stand to see people mistreated, and certainly who wants to be mistreated. So, happy Mother's Day to all of the mommies, the aunties, the gammas, the nanas, the nannies, all of the beautiful lady, whether you're a proxy mom, natural mom, birth mom, or otherwise mom. Happy Mother's Day to you. Enjoy. Share this broadcast if you have not already done so. We appreciate you. If you haven't joined the group already, go ahead, get an invitation, join the group. We look forward to having you there for the lively discussions. And that's all I got. So if you have suggestions for topics that you want us to discuss, by all means, put it in the comments, inbox one of us. We will definitely put it on the calendar to have the discussion. And just depending on how lively it is, we may put it on for the next week. So again, welcome. Thank you. You are welcome to share those thoughts with us. We appreciate you. So you guys have a great and awesome night. See you soon. See you next week. And you guys be blessed.